You just spent 80 bucks on one of those mini amplifiers that are all over YouTube right now. You hook everything up. You connect the turntable I told you about in the other video. You drop the needle and nothing. Or worse, it plays whisper quiet with no bass, like the music is trapped inside a tin can. Here is the important part. It is not broken. You did not get scammed, and you did not do anything wrong. There is just one thing nobody told you before you clicked buy, and I am going to fix that in the next 12 minutes. There are 5 levels of stereo amplifiers, 5, and only from one specific level upward you can plug your turntable straight in and have it sound the way vinyl is supposed to sound. I am walking you through all 5, from cheapest to most serious, with real prices, and the traps the spec sheets hide in the fine print. By the end, you will know exactly which one is right for you, not the one they want to sell you. Let's get into it. Before the levels, 1 minute of theory. Just one, I promise. This single minute can save you a $100 mistake, so stay with me. The needle on your turntable generates a tiny electrical signal. We are talking about 5 millivolts. For perspective, your phone over Bluetooth, a CD player, your TV, those all push out around 500 millivolts. That means your vinyl signal is 100 times weaker than every other source in your house. And there is more. That signal is not just weak, it is intentionally distorted. When a vinyl record gets cut, the bass is recorded quieter and the treble louder because full-strength bass would carve a groove so wide you would only fit a couple of songs per side. That is called the RIAA curve. The circuit that fixes all of this is called a PHONO preamp. It does 2 jobs. It boosts that tiny signal about 100 times, and it reverses the RIAA curve so the bass comes back where it belongs. And here is the kicker. Some amplifiers have that circuit built in, and some do not. That, not the watts, not the price, is the line that separates the 5 levels you are about to see. Keep that in mind, because everything is about to click. Level 1. The kings of the internet, the Fosi Audio V3, the AIYIMA A07, and the Fosi BT20A. Somewhere between 70 and 100 bucks, depending on the deals, and I will be fair with them. They sound incredible for the money. All 3 run the TPA 3255 chip from Texas Instruments, a Class D chip with seriously low distortion, and they drive a pair of passive bookshelf speakers with an energy you do not expect from something the size of a sandwich. If you're coming from a cheap soundbar or your phone speaker, the jump will blow you away. That is why they are everywhere. But, and it is a big but, none of the 3 has a PHONO preamp. None. And pay attention to this because it is wild. I went through the official spec sheet of the Fosi V3, and in one section it literally says PHONO input. You read that and you think, perfect, PHONO, that is for my turntable. Nope. It is a regular line level input, no gain, no RIAA correction, no ground terminal. Plug your turntable straight into it and you get exactly what I described at the start. Whisper quiet and tinny. There is a fix, and I am sharing it because some of you already own one of these. It is called an external PHONO preamp. A little box around $30 or $40, like Fosi's own Box X1 or the AIYIMA T3 Pro that sits between the table and the amp. Turntable, preamp, amplifier, done. But run the math with me, 80 for the amp, plus 40 for the preamp, plus another decent RCA cable. You land around 130, 140 bucks with 3 boxes and a cable spaghetti situation on your shelf. Remember that number because level 2 is where it gets interesting. Oh, and a classic mistake I see in the comments all the time. If your turntable has a built-in preamp and you add the external one on top, you are equalizing the signal twice. Guaranteed distortion and a bloated, awful sound. One of the 2, never both. So level 1 is for the person who streams Spotify, games on a PC, or watches TV and wants great sound for cheap. For that, buy it with 0 hesitation. For vinyl, only if you already own one and add the preamp. If you have not bought anything yet, keep watching because there are better moves. Moving up, level 2, the Sony STR-DH190, usually under $200. And this is where the game changes. It is the first piece of gear on this list with a real phono input. The phono label, the RIAA equalization, and the little ground screw. The home for that thin wire on your turntable that nobody ever knows where to connect. You plug the table straight in, buy nothing else, and it just sounds right. That's simple. On top of that, it is a full stereo receiver, 100 watts per channel, 4-line inputs for your TV or CD player, a headphone jack, and Bluetooth. One day you are spinning records, the next you are streaming from your phone without touching a cable. For a normal living room, it is more than enough. Now think back to the level 1 math. About $140 across 3 boxes. Here for roughly $50 or $60 more, you get everything in a single chassis with a real brand warranty and zero cable spaghetti. That is why this is the level I recommend to most people asking about their first vinyl setup. The catch: the built-in phono stage is basic, clean, correct, but basic. With an entry-level or mid-range cartridge, it is perfectly fine. If you ever upgrade to a $200 cartridge, it will hold you back. To get started, and to stay happy for a good while, it more than delivers. Level 3. Now we are in real hi-fi territory. The Onkyo A9110, around $300 when it is in stock. Nalwar, and stock comes and goes lately. On the outside, it looks like a classic old-school amplifier. Heavy metal chassis, aluminum volume knob, 0 screens. The inside is where it earns its money. Onkyo put Nichicon fine gold capacitors in the phono stage, the kind of components you normally find in gear that costs a lot more. The audio press calls this phono stage genuinely refined, and trust me, they do not say that about many amps at this price. In plain English, the same record on the same turntable sounds fuller, more detailed, with blacker silence between the notes than on the Sony. It is not magic. It is that tiny 5 millivolt signal getting white glove treatment from the very first millimeter of circuit. One honest warning before you pick it: this Onkyo has no Bluetooth. It is a purist amp, built for sitting down and listening. If 80% of your listening is your phone, you are better off at level 2. But if records are your thing, if you play full albums front to back, this is the first level that truly does your collection justice. Level 4. The Yamaha AS301. About $350. Full transparency, like always, this model has been in Yamaha's lineup for about a decade, and it is still right there, officially sold and supported for one simple reason. It keeps beating newer amps at this price. It combines 3 things that almost never come together. 1. A proper phono stage. 2. Digital inputs, optical and coaxial with a built-in DAC, and 3, 60 watts per channel of clean analog amplification with Yamaha's top RT design. One of the most reliable builds in home audio, period. In practice, that means one box runs your entire living room. Turntable through phono, TV through optical, computer through coaxial. Everything plays through your good speakers, with no weird external converters anywhere. And it shines exactly where good amps should. Quiet records, a voice and a guitar, a jazz trio. The amplifier disappears and only the music is left. That is the whole job description. My honest take on this level: it is the all-in-one pick for the US market, and at this price, it is a very complete buy. And if you want the same idea with a more premium badge, the next level is exactly that. Welcome to level 5. The Denon PMA 600NE, list price around $600, and it shows up cheaper on sale all the time. Denon has been building audio gear for over a century, and it is one of those names that makes people who know nod quietly. This model is everything we covered today, condensed into one box: an phono stage for your table, 70 watts per channel, an internal DAC for digital sources, and Bluetooth for the lazy days. Basically, the analog quality of level 4 plus the wireless convenience of level 2 with reference brand finish. And it has one detail I love: analog mode. One button shuts down the entire digital section, Bluetooth included, so nothing leaks noise into the signal while your record plays. That is a company thinking about people who actually listen to vinyl. For the full send, there is the big brother, the PMA 900 HNE, around $1,000. It steps up to 85 watts and adds something important. It takes MC cartridges, moving coil, on top of Translation: if you ever jump to a genuinely serious turntable with one of those expensive cartridges, the amplifier will not be the bottleneck. You buy once and forget about it for many years. To me, that is the definition of buying right in hi-fi. Welcome to Level 5. The Denon PMA 600NE, list price around $600, and it shows up cheaper on sale all the time. Denon has been building audio gear for over a century, and it is one of those names that makes people who know nod quietly. This model is everything we covered today, condensed into one box: an PHONO stage for your table, 70 watts per channel, an internal DAC for digital sources, and Bluetooth for the lazy days. Basically, the analog quality of Level 4 plus the wireless convenience of Level 2 with reference brand finish. And it has one detail I love: analog mode. One button shuts down the entire digital section, Bluetooth included, so nothing leaks noise into the signal while your record plays. That is a company thinking about people who actually listen to vinyl. For the full send, there is the big brother, the PMA 900 HNE, around $1,000. It steps up to 85 watts and adds something important. It takes MC cartridges, moving coil, on top of MM. Translation: if you ever jump to a genuinely serious turntable with one of those expensive cartridges, the amplifier will not be the bottleneck. You buy once and forget about it for many years. To me, that is the definition of buying right in hi-fi.